Good morning from Panhandle Outdoors, America's only daily outdoor TV show. Your source for fishing, hunting, and information for folks who enjoy the great outdoors. Now sit back, relax. It's Panhandle Outdoors.
Good morning, folks. Welcome to Panhandle Outdoors. I'm Winston Chester. Glad to hear this Friday morning. What a way to end the week. A show on Panhandle Outdoors, and it's been a good week. We're going to review it a little bit later, but let's get started first with our weather. Brought to us by Gulf Coast Air Conditioning. Drew Pollard and the hard-working crew up there in Southport, they're spreading all over the area, helping you on the air conditioning and the heating needs. So give them a call. They're good folks. High today, 75, low 66. Water temperature is right at 70.3. Like I said yesterday, it's been that way over 2 weeks now, which is good. Our river reading is brought to us by Mountain Dew. On the outdoors of Mountain Dew. And I love that little ad they run with us. They got that big old fish they're holding up. That's good. They outdoor stuff. The Apalachicola Bluntstown is at right now reading us 8.1, and it's about leveled off for tomorrow. It looks like. And ironically, the Choctawhatchee Caravelle 8.1. When Gail was giving me this putting the show together last night, she said, "Now Winston, both rivers are reading 8.1. Don't think I made a mistake. Now they're all fine. So both rivers 8.1. Don't have much." Our tide chart brought to us by Kent Forest Lawn. Today is Friday, April 23rd. Pretty decent tides today. Low tide is this morning at 3:44. High tide tonight at 7:49. And the wind is going to be coming out of the southeast at about 13. Again, in double figures, coming in at 13. So that incoming tide, is going to be a strong incoming tide. All right, let's take a break, and we'll come right back. Okay, welcome back. On the phone, we have Captain Kim from Sea Quarters Marina. We're going to see what's been going on down there. Grouper season open and all kind of stuff going on. So, Captain Kim, tell us about it.
Hey, good morning, Mr. Chester. We're having a good time here in Caravelle. Fishing's been real hot. Everything under the sun is biting. Grouper's been real good. We've got Captain Dan visiting from Michigan. He comes every year. And he's been doing pretty good out there with his friends from Michigan. And got Scott Luke's been out a couple times catching the grouper, so we've been having a good time.
Well, I love those guys from Michigan because they really enjoy fishing. So when I run into them, we always strike up a conversation. So the grouper bite's been pretty good right now?
Yeah, they've been doing real well. And like I said, everything under the sun is biting. They're catching spanners real close to Dog Island. And down on the Caravelle Beach, flounders hitting and pompano, so everybody's been doing real good.
Well, that's really good. So they're catching pompano over there at St. George Island, you think? Or trolling?
Well, yeah, St. George, and they've been doing pretty well just off the Caravelle Beach for about the last 4 or 5 days.
Oh, that is awesome. What about, you mentioned mullet. What about the mullet?
Oh, the mullet are thick, all the way to Dog Island. I saw a picture on the news the other day about a big school of them down towards Miami, about a mile wide. It was a pretty picture, but we've been having them running pretty good around here.
That's good to hear. That's good news right there. Okay, anything going on in freshwater?
Yeah, freshwater's been a little bit slower because we had a little bit of rain here and there.
Yeah.
But we still got plenty of worms and crickets, and everybody's been doing pretty good just right under the bridge here. Just a little bit west of the office. There's a nice little pavilion right there. They've been doing pretty good with brim and trout and redfish.
Oh man, that's good. I love the fishing now. That sounds real good, Captain Kim. Thank you. That's a good positive report. Thank you.
Yeah. All right, you bet. You guys have a good week.
All right, we'll touch base with you later. Thank you.
You bet. Bye-bye.
All right. That's a special place because it's one thing is a different fishing area. And another thing, it has so many of the species down there to fish with. I get tickled. Different people come in, like from Michigan and Georgia and places like that. And let's see, I'm gonna get our picture set up. But the biggest thing is having quick access to it. And I forgot to ask about if they're having when they're having their big tournament. I'm sure it's usually the first weekend of of August. But remember, they had to call it off last year. Okay, I got several pictures to show. I want to before we get started, we had our pier fishing trip, and we'll talk about it later on. But I thought this was funny. Okay, so if you got a good sense of humor, was going to go through the insurance, but I sold the plywood and bought a new car. Talking about the price of wood, it's really going up. Okay, now here's a pier. We're fishing here Wednesday with Outdoor Ed Kids, and I have a great video coming up Monday. It'll be on Monday's show, the video from a really good trip. But I took a picture of this. I was walking out, and I'm facing back, and I wanted you to see all these rod and reels. Okay, see they sort of stuck in the bottom and bent back, and then okay, I counted. You can't see all of them. There's 17 rod and reels right through there. 17, and that small group of people has this huge area sort of blocked off for their own area, and that's what to the right is what we call a pompano hole. It's not a secret. It's between the sandbar and the beach, which I've told you for years. Well, that's where the pompano are, but they sort of have a monopoly on it, and I was really surprised. So the kids didn't get to do any pompano fishing because it was already sort of marked off for those folks there, and that's, to me, that's been a little too big of an area for a couple of people out there. But anyway, it is what it is. But I just want to show that to you. But anyway, the pier's big, so we just kept on walking out, and I'll talk about the video later. On yesterday's show, we're talking about the Coast Guard Auxiliary out here in the Gulf and all. They were talking about a boating safety class. He sent this to me. It's going to be Saturday, May 22nd, from 9 to 5 at a student union at Gulf Coast. And it's $40. But I mean, look at the different topics and all. Boating safety, all kind of stuff, river boating, navigation, and trailering. And so if you have someone in the family that's not real comfortable with a boat, encourage them to take this class here. It's really important to do this. Okay, here's Brady. Listen now, he is limited out. Brady Barron, 9 years old, he's limited out on an afternoon hunt in Washington County. This is funny because he has such enthusiasm. I see a big old smile on his face. You don't usually get a 9-year-old to limit out. You don't usually get most grown-ups to limit out for the season. So here he is, and this is really good. So Greg, thank you for sending that. Greg's real tickled. His dad took him out there, and he's trying to play baseball and shoot turkeys all at the same time. So good job, Brady. I'm gonna put this up on a regular basis. I just think we need it more and more, and as a teacher, I always put this on the board. If I had a classroom today, I would say right here, negate the negative and pursue the positive. And folks, we just have to do that, not only in daily lives, but just in our social lives and around other people and all. Just stay positive. Okay, let me see. We got coming up, this is next Saturday, but I want to go ahead and promote it. Fishing for a Dream Bass Tournament, Camo Dreams. This money will go to their fundraising, and what they do. The kids with disabilities and terminal illnesses, they'll take them on outdoor adventures. So they're not so serious bass organization is putting on this tournament, and they're having all kind of raffles and all. They have silent auctions. Here, Real Rosie right there in the middle. He's the inshore charter. He donated a 4-hour charter trip at a silent auction. Okay, burgers and okay, so all kind of stuff there. So that's coming up next Saturday. We'll talk about it a little bit more. This is interesting. Bobby Johnson down at Howard Creek sent this. Came from the Port St. Joe Police Department. Someone sent it to me before I saw it here. But this is an escaped red wolf from St. Vincent Island that was spotted in the Port St. Joe last night. Call that number. And they look like a coyote, and most people think that's a coyote. But they're larger, 60 pounds, but this one has a GPS. All those red wolves over there, and I don't see it on that one. That's just a picture of one. But they have a GPS collar where they can track them. That's an endangered species. So if you see that one with a collar on it, let the authorities know. Running around Port St. Joe. Okay. All right. Let's take a quick break, and we'll be right back. Okay, welcome back. I have a little video coming up I want to show you. It's going to be on the Panama Canal. My sister-in-law, Mayor Hall, sent it to me, and it's really interesting. And everyone in the Panhandle should be interested in the Panama Canal because Panama City is sort of named after it. I found that out by looking my research doing the book and all these old newspaper ads and some full-page ads and all, and one of them had the promoter. You know, Panama City used to be called Harrison, Florida. In the early, there was a name of it, like Harrison, that was a family name. But they named it Panama City because one of the developers drew a line from Panama City to the Panama Canal, saying that was the shortest route, trying to lure industry into this area way back in the day. And it was, so that's sort of how I got Panama City. And so anyway, I ran across, so I'm just going to show you, it's a 2-minute video, so let's get started on it. Let me see. All right, here we go. So this goes through for today, and you know, the canal, actually France started on it in 1881, but I want you to notice how many locks. Start counting the locks. I didn't realize there's like 80-something feet difference on one side to the other side. So you start going through all these locks. So here's this big boat, and you know, what is this, a time lapse, and it's going to go through the whole canal. And I started watching it. I just got tickled seeing all this stuff going on, and all these big boats. I mean, huge boats cutting across there. The United States took it over in 1904, and they sort of finished it in, well, it took them a while to finish. I want to say like 1918, it was sort of finished, but France quit doing it because of the mortality rate. They had lost so many people constructing it. It was turned over to Panama, the territory of Panama, in 1999. So, but it's open, you know, for everyone. Here's another lock, okay? See how it just keeps going. All right, now, you think that's going to be the last one, surely. But the engine, it's an engineering marvel. In fact, the American Academy of Engineers, this is one of the 7 wonders of the world in engineering, is the Panama Canal. There's that other lock right there, okay? And you think, surely that's all. Here we're going. The lock system is just really cool. Okay, here's another one. And of course, I'm thinking, you know, are these guys getting the fish while the lock's sitting there? That's the first thing I think of, but they don't have any room to fish on the edge of the lock, and I wonder if the fish get trapped in the lock and then come out. Or here's the little boats on the side. And then you got these bridges, and they just, here, this looks like, I thought it was in Highland View right here, looking, you know, coming down the canal at Highland View. I was looking for Danny Raffield's place on the right. I think I'm going out into St. Joe Bay. I started thinking about what kind of fish would be good in there. It's got to be, they've got to have fish in there. All right, here we go again. I forgot, I don't remember how many there were. I looked it up, and I didn't write it down. I want to say 8 or 9 different locks. So they would drop out. Okay, it's getting dark. They've been doing this all day. That's how long it takes. It's pretty long canal. I think it's 51 miles long. Okay, it's nighttime, folks. All right, okay, that's it right there. I just wanted to share that with you as an outdoors person. Seeing that is really, really interesting and all. I have several other things. I'm gonna run out of time today, which is not unusual for me. One of the viewers sent a nice email from, let me just read it to you because it's really nice. I won't have time to read the whole thing. It said, "Dear Winston, yesterday my dog attacked a mama possum, and she dropped one of her babies, which we didn't find until later. The poor little baby was cold but moving. We put her in a box with a heating pad and a washcloth and started looking for places that would help her. The story goes on, they couldn't find a place close by, but they did find a place called the St. Francis Refuge in Quincy. And they live in Abe Springs, which is south of Bluntstown, so they drove an hour's drive to take that little baby possum up there. And she went on to say that the folks up there were so nice and so helpful. They left the possum there, and they say they're going to call back in 2 weeks and check on them. But the people there said that the little possum had plenty of company. That I looked up that St. Francis Refuge. Look it up if you get a chance. In fact, they have a, let's see, well, I got a picture of it real quick. When I looked it up last night, I took a little screenshot of it. This is St. Francis Wildlife Association, founded in 1978, but it's really, they take care of, their mission is a nonprofit and dedicated conservation of native wildlife and rescue and rehab. There are not many places doing that now, and so that's good to know. That one's over there, okay? All right, now let's get, and thank you for sending that. I appreciate it. That was Lori St. Clair that sent that to me. Thank you for sharing that with us. Okay, it's Friday. And you know what that means. We're going to be giving away some stuff. We're going to do 2 $25 gift certificates to Los Antojitos. Winner of the first one from Weewall, Melissa Rushing. Okay. The winner of the second one is going to be Norman Thibodeau. The Thibodeau family, that's an old fishing name now. They fished a long time around here. Some of the early fishermen. All right, now let's go. $20 gift certificate to Tarpon Dock. Check with Clay down there, Greg Abrams and his group from the New Hope community. Okay, New Hope is Danny Deal. Okay, New Hope is up there in northern part of Holmes County. Nice little community. And the big red snapper goes to our folks from Fountain, Bob K. And I want to tell you how that's Bob's second win this year. I know that because I put a little dollar sign on the corner right here. So that means he got entered because he bought some stuff from the Panhandle Outdoor Shop. And I tell you, if you bought stuff from the shop, I will re-enter you. And I re-entered Bob K, and he's won twice. He is on a roll this year. So congratulations with a big red snapper. And keeping up, one quick story, I was talking to Larry Brown the other day, one of our loyal viewers over there off the Choctawhatchee River. And we were talking about times and all, about how people talk about fast time and slow time. And what happened over the years past, in the early years, I'm talking about where the river is, on the Liberty County side is what they call fast time. The eastern time is fast time, central time is slow time, but they didn't call it by that. Old timers would call it fast time and slow time. So some of us hang on to it. I remember hearing as a kid, I thought it was crazy as a kid, fast time and slow time. But what it was, it started back when some of the people over in Calhoun County would have a court date or something in Liberty County if we got caught over there, and they would, they'd say it's going to be 8 o'clock, and they would just mess their time up. They'd miss their court date, and then the people working in Bluntstown would have to drive to Tallahassee and that fast time, slow time. So the old timers say, now you on slow time or you on fast time? But we got a kick out of talking about that. I just want to share that with you folks that have moved in and all, the Eastern time and the Central time, but exception of St. Joe, and that's another story to tell you how St. Joe kept Eastern time in Gulf County and Weeball's on Central time. That's an interesting story too. We're going to take a break, get back with our famous Friday fishing report. Okay, welcome back. We're going to take a look at our fishing report. We're going to really concentrate on the pier because Wednesday we'll spend several hours out there with the most outdoor ed kids, and that video will be on this Monday's show. It's a really good video. I want to show you where we went. Now we normally always go to the city, the beach pier right here in the center of the screen. We've always gone there. But this year I suggested, and Coach Stanford took my suggestion, and I said, let's go to the county pier. So we went to the county pier this year, and they're built the same size and everything. And we've had good luck on both piers. I think, and I would conclude that the county pier was more crowded, but the people out there are very nice and very helpful and all, and we just had a great time. So what I want to do, like I say, that pompano, I'll keep right in the center. The pompano hole where you saw all the rod and reels, right there in the center, okay? You can see where it drops off between the little bathroom there, platform, okay? Right north of there, that's a pompano hole. But you got to get there early to claim your spot, okay? So the kids walked on past there, so we started fishing basically in this area right in here. And then, of course, I walked to the end of the pier and checked the guys out at the end of the pier. And here's what happened, okay? So we didn't fish really by the time they get there and all that, and then they want to eat lunch. We only had a couple hours fishing. The first hour or so, it was just dead. There was just nothing there, and the kids, they were getting bored, but they hung in there with it. They were enjoying it. They were a lot better. They were a lot happier there than the classroom, they said. So they were having a good time just being out of school. And then I kept moving up and down with trying to video everybody. And then one girl caught one. So I told them whoever caught the biggest Spanish, I was going to buy their lunch. So they were competing for that. So anyway, I walked on down and I noticed. Okay, I'm going back to center of the screen now. If to the left corner of the platform here, I noticed about 200 yards out birds, and I saw a bunch of birds coming up. I told the kids, I said, y'all get ready. I said, if those birds get close, and sure enough, folks, those birds got close enough. And of course, the other pier fishermen saw them too, and they started casting. And we had what I call a rally. That run, those kids, we call that a rally or run. The kids got a chance to. They were just catching them right and left. It was great. I mean, the video probably going to be terrible because I'm excited. I'm showing here. Oh, look at that one! Oh, look at that one! And everybody's getting a catch of Spanish, and they were having a ball. But I was thinking, what I want to share with you is that not a typical fishing trip where you go out there on a bay or on the lake, on the river, it's dead, and all of a sudden you just start catching them. And I thought to myself, and I also got a kick out of just without no electronics or anything, just pure nature, seeing those birds. The birds are circling and boom, circling and boom. That's how the old timers did it. I thought to myself, here are these teenagers here catching fish the same way 3 or 4 generations did in that same spot. And so that was special to me. And of course, it's special being with the kids and all doing that. So we did that, and I ended up, I had to buy several lunches and give some stuff away too. So because I had the biggest fish by a girl and the biggest fish by a boy. You know how that goes. So we had a great time. But anyway, let's finish up the report. I did want to mention the Spanish is really good. Like I said, they're going to be in waves. The bull reds, one of my longtime friends came down and fished with a guide that I knew, and I recommended to him. And he just texted me yesterday. He said, "Thank you so much for the recommendation." He said, "We just got wore out catching bull reds." They call some of them bull red fish. So the bull reds are out there. So keep that in mind too. Over at Henderson Beach, the pompano on the west end down here have been really strong. They're catching some out at Shell Island too, but the Henderson Beach area, the Rosemary, find some areas over there. Right there, if you go, just you turn on 30A, get some of those fishing spots all along in there. The pompano, fish early and get you a spot there. I've run out of time. Been a great week on Panhandle Outdoors. Thank you for viewership. You have a great weekend. Now do something good for someone else today. Enjoy the outdoors, and God bless.
Thanks for watching America's only daily outdoor TV show, Panhandle Outdoors with Winston Chester, featuring hunting, fishing, and other activities and information to help you enjoy the great outdoors. Join us next time for Panhandle Outdoors.